So good morning, guys. You're very welcome to today's class. The focus will be core today. I will be able to do a good bit more than I was able to do the last two classes, but there'll be a few postures that I still won't be able to do. So just work away. You'll hear my verbal cues. So if you'd like to start in the opening Shavasana by lying back onto your mats. Feet out to the edge of your mat. As you gently lie back, drawing your arms away from your body. Your palms are facing upwards. Gently bring your eyes to close. As you arrive on your mat, for your practice this morning, deeply inhaling, and on an exhale, sigh your breath out through your mouth. Again, inhaling deeply, sighing your breath out. Letting go of any tension or stress on your exhales. Continue to add length and control to your breathing. Breathing deeply from the bottom of your belly, filling your chest. Exhaling, relaxing your chest, relaxing your belly. Continue with these deep, controlled breaths as we move into silence for the next 2 minutes. bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently rock your head from side to side. Resting your head back at center. Keeping your legs extended. Join your feet together on your mat. Inhaling to reach your arms over your head. Getting a full body stretch. And exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. Taking a deep breath here and keeping your eyes closed. Inhaling to make your way to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands together at heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for arriving on your mat this morning. You might want to set an intention for your practice, remembering to be gentle and courageous in equal measures. Bow your head towards your hands. Open your eyes. Namaste. To begin today's class, we'll warm up the wrists. So extend your arms straight out ahead and just make circular motions with your wrists, releasing any tension. And the other direction. Deeply breathing. And exhale, release. You can drop your hands back down. We'll warm up the shoulders. So placing the palms of your hands and the tops of your shoulders, make forward circular motions with your elbows. Deeply breathing. And the other direction. And exhale, release. You can drop your hands back down. We'll now move into a kneeling position on our mats as we move into gate pose. So from a kneeling position, shift your right leg out to the side with your toes facing forward. Place your left hand flat on your mat. As you inhale, raise your right arm over your head, spiraling your chest towards the sky. Deeply breathing into your right side body. Inhale, gently coming up, placing that right hand on your right leg. Inhaling, raising your left arm over your head. Exhale, fold a little bit out to the right. Breathing deeply into that left side body. Exhale, release your hand back down to your mat and raise your right arm over your head. Breathing deeply into your right side body. Inhale, gently come up and you can join your knees together. This time, shifting your left leg out to the side. Your toes are facing forward. Drop your right hand to your mat. Inhale, raise your left arm over your head and spiral your chest towards the sky. Deeply breathing. Inhale, gently come up, placing that left hand on your left knee. Inhale, raise your right arm, folding a little bit out to the left. Feeling a stretch along that right side body. Exhale, drop your hand down to your mat. Inhaling to raise your left arm over your head. Deeply breathing. Inhale, gently come up. And from here, you can sweep your legs behind you, coming into tabletop. Palms of your hands at the front of your mat. Your wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line. We'll move into some cat-cows. On an inhale, lifting your spine, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. As you drop your tailbone and draw your chin towards your chest. Exhale, dropping your belly button, lifting your tailbone, opening your chest. Inhale, spine up, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae as you drop your tailbone and draw your chin towards your chest. Imagine you're pushing the floor away from you. Exhale, dropping your belly button, lifting your tailbone, opening your chest. Inhale, coming back to a neutral spine. We'll move into superhero pose. So extend your left leg behind you, extend your right arm out in front of you, and gently lift your left leg off your mat, pointing your left toes. Engaging your core here. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release, dropping your hand and knee back down to your mat. Extending your right leg straight out behind you. Extending your left arm out in front of you. Gently lifting your left foot off your mat, pointing your right toes. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release, dropping your hand and knee back down to your mat. From tabletop, tuck your toes and gently lift both your knees a couple of inches off your mat. Feeling activation in your core. Exhale, release, dropping your knees back down. Take a deep breath. Inhaling, lifting both your knees off your mat again. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release. From here, joining your big toes on your mat. Shift your knees out to the edge of your mat as you sit your bum towards your heels. Extend your arms straight out ahead, coming into extended child's pose. Five deep breaths here. Feeling a nice opening to your hips. Length in your spine. Deeply breathing. Gently come back to tabletop. And from tabletop, tuck your toes and send your hips towards the sky, coming into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet here to stretch your calves and your hamstrings. Engage your fingers on your mat. From here, roll forward onto your shoulders, coming into plank. Hold here for 2 deep breaths. And lift your hips back into downward facing dog. One more time, rolling forward, coming into plank. Pressing into your hands, activating your shoulders as you lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Gently walk your feet towards your hands at the front of your mat. Keeping your knees bent, fold your upper body over your knees. Grabbing opposite elbows with your hands. Allow your head to become heavy. Nodding your head yes. Shaking your head no. Feeling a nice release to your lower back. Inhaling to gently come to a standing position at the front of your mat. Preparing for the sun salutations. Connect to your breath. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, palms on your shins, sending your chest forward. Exhale, palms down, stepping your feet back. Lower your knees, keeping your hips in the air. Bend your elbows to lower your chest and chin. Inhale, slide your chest forward, opening your chest, low cobra. Exhale, moving through tabletop, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Deeply breathing. Remaining strong in the shoulders as you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling. Deeply breathing. Inhale, stepping your feet forward to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, palms on your shins, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raising your arms. Exhale, release. Second round of sun salutation A. Inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, opening your chest, upward dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Deeply breathing. distributing the weight evenly between your arms and your legs. Deep breathing. Looking between your palms. Inhale, step your feet forward into a halfway lift. Palms on your shins, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. Exhale, release. Sun Salutation B. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, sending your chest forward. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, opening your chest. Upward dog. Exhale, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your palms. Keeping that left leg straight and engaged as you raise your arms. Warrior one. Feeling the grounding of both your feet. Exhale, release your palms, stepping your right foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your palms, keeping that right leg straight and engaged as you raise your arms. Reaching out through your fingertips. Exhale, release, framing your left foot, stepping your left foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breathing here. Keeping your shoulders strong. Lifting your sit bones. Inhale, step your feet forward, coming into a halfway lift. Palms on your shins, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raising your arms. Exhale, release, coming to mountain pose. We'll now move into the standing asanas. So you can move your mats or your cameras and make your way to a wide-legged stance on your mat with both your feet facing forward. Take a deep breath. Feel the grounding of both your feet on your mat. Turning your right foot out, Trikonasana, and turning your left foot slightly in, raising your arms to shoulder level. Inhale, leaning out your right hand side. Exhaling, folding over your right knee, keeping your right leg as straight as possible, and placing your hand on your shin or ankle as you raise your left arm towards the sky. You can look towards your left thumb, feeling the grounding of both your feet, keeping your spine long with energy through the crown of your head. Deeply breathing. Inhale, gently come up, turning your right heel in. Turning your left foot out 90 degrees, your right foot slightly in 5 degrees, raising your arms to shoulder level. Inhale, leaning out to your left hand side. Exhale, folding over your left knee, keeping your left leg as straight as possible. Placing your hand on your knee, shin, or ankle as you raise your right arm towards the sky. You can look towards your right thumb. Feel the grounding of both your feet. Deeply breathing. Inhale, gently come up, turning your left heel in. Side angle pose, turn your right foot out 90 degrees, turning your left foot in, bending into your right knee so your ankle and knee is in line as you place your right forearm on top of your right knee. Inhaling, raising your left arm over your head, focusing on opening your chest towards the sky. Deeply breathing. Keeping your chest open. Inhale, gently come up, turning your right heel in. Turning your left foot out 90 degrees, turning your right heel slightly in. Bending into your left knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Placing your left forearm on top of your left knee. Inhaling to raise your right arm over your head and spiral your chest towards the sky. Deeply breathing. Feel the grounding of both your feet, keeping your chest nice and open. Inhale, gently come up, turning your left heel in. Warrior Two pose, transitioning into Peaceful Warrior. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees, turn your left foot slightly in. Raise your arms to shoulder level, bending into your right knee so your ankle and knee is in line. Turning your head to focus your gaze over your right middle finger. Feeling the grounding of both your feet. Reaching out through your fingertips. Deeply breathing. Peaceful warrior, drop your left hand to your back leg. Keep that right leg, a bend into that right knee as you raise your right arm towards the sky. Deeply breathing here. Inhale, gently come up, turning your right heel in. We'll repeat those postures on the other side, turning your left foot out, turning your right foot slightly in, raising your arms to shoulder level, bending into your left knee. As you turn your head to focus your gaze over your left middle finger. Deeply breathing. Keeping your gaze focused. Inhale, drop your right hand to your back leg. Keep a bend into your left knee and raise your left arm towards the sky. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release gently, coming up and turning your left heel in. And you can join your feet together on your mat. Tree pose. So starting on the right side, turn your right foot out. Get that rotation to your right hip. And starting here, grounding down into your left leg. Lift that right leg foot as high up your left leg as possible. And pressing that foot against the inner side of your left thigh. Allowing your right hip to open out. You can have your hands together at heart center or raise your arms over your head. Grounding down into that left leg. Pressing your right foot against the inner side of your left thigh. Standing tall. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release, closing that right hip, extending your right leg. Rotating your left hip out to the side. Grounding down into that right leg and gently lift that left foot as high up your right leg as possible. Pressing your left foot against the inner side of your right thigh. You can have your hands together at heart center or raise your arms over your head. Grounding down into that right leg. Length in the spine with energy through the crown of your head. Deeply breathing. Feeling that nice sense of balance. One more deep breath. Exhale, release, closing your left hip, extending your left leg. And you can make your way to the front of your mat and move your mats or your cameras to how they were at the start of class. Connecting to your breath. Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, bend your knees, raising your arms. Press your knees together, lengthening your spine as you reach out through your fingertips. Deeply breathing. Join your hands together at heart center. Remaining in chair pose, twist out to the right by hooking your left elbow across your right knee. Deeply breathing here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting out to the left. You can hook your right elbow across your left knee. Deeply breathing. Back to center. Exhaling, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, sending your chest forward. Exhale, palms down. You can step or jump your feet back. Bending your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your palms. Keep that left leg straight and engaged. Joining your hands together at heart center. Twist out to the right by hooking your left elbow across your right knee. Deep breathing here. Keeping that left leg engaged. Exhale, release, framing your right foot with your hands. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your palms. Keep that right leg engaged as you join your hands together at heart center and twist out to the left. Hooking your right elbow across your left knee. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release, framing your left foot with your hands and making your way to extended child's pose. Dropping your knees to your mat. Sitting your bum towards your heels. Deeply breathing. Taking 5 of your deepest breaths. Gently come out of child's pose, making your way to a seated position on your mat. We'll move into a few core drills. So gently sitting on your mat, bend your knees and draw your heels towards your sit bones. Extend your arms straight out ahead and gently roll back onto your mat, engaging your core as slowly as possible. When you've reached the ground, inhaling to gently come up. We'll repeat that one more time. You might notice a place where you collapsed. Try and remain strong in your core. Just gently releasing back. Keeping your core engaged. And when you've reached the ground, engaging your core and inhaling to come up. Take a deep breath. We'll now move into Navasana. So there's loads of different options here. You can place your hands under your knee creases and lift your feet off your mat. You can keep a bend into your knees or straighten your arms and straighten your legs. Deep breathing here. From Navasana, straighten your legs if your knees are bent and lower down. Keeping your legs straight. Deep breathing. Coming back into Navasana by pulling your chest forward. Exhale, release, slowly dropping your feet to your mat. Cross your legs. And you can lift your hips for a nice counter stretch. Exhaling, release. We'll now move on to side plank pose. So starting with the left side. Place your left hand flat on your mat. You can have your left knee and your right foot all in line. And raise your right arm towards the sky. If you're comfortable, you can stack your feet and raise that right arm towards the sky. If your feet are stacked, an extra challenge is to look towards your right thumb. Remain here for 5 breaths. Remaining strong in that left shoulder. And exhale, release slowly, dropping to your mat. We'll repeat side plank on the other side. So placing your right hand flat on your mat, you can have your right knee and left foot all in line and raise your left arm towards the sky. This is good if you have a wrist or shoulder injury. If you're comfortable, you can stack your feet, raising your left arm towards the sky. For an extra challenge, you can try and look towards your left thumb. Deep breathing. After 5 breaths, exhaling to release. Take a deep breath. Make your way to a standing position on your mat. We're going to move into squat pose, just to quickly warm up before crow pose. So your feet can be about hip distance apart. Joining your hands together at heart center. Bend your knees and sit your bum towards your heels. Try and keep your heels on your mat. From here, you can use your elbows to push your knees apart. And at the same time, push your knees back into your elbows. Keep your chest open towards me. Five deep breaths. Inhale, pressing into your feet to straighten your legs and come to a standing position. So we'll now move on to crow pose. So I'll just give you loads of different options for this posture. Firstly, you can come back into squat pose by bending your knees. From here, you can place the palms of your hands straight in front of you. Lift your heels and gently just rock into your hands. Just getting used to the weight moving into your shoulders. If you're a bit more comfortable, you can place the palms of your hands on your mat. Lift your hips. Have a bend into your elbows. Place your knees on your triceps, just above your elbows. Pick a spot on the floor in front of your mat, as this will help with your balance. And just lift one knee and lift the other knee. Keeping your gaze focused. If you're comfortable, you can lift both feet. Just keep practicing with one foot and the other foot. And if you feel like you have your balance and you feel a bit braver, just lift both feet, even if it's just an inch or two off your mat. That's progress. Remembering to keep breathing deeply. This is a posture you can practice throughout the week. If you have 5 minutes, just lifting one foot, lifting the other foot, and exhale, release. To finish today's class, we'll move into shoulder stand and then halasana. So rolling back onto your backs, then keeping your knees bent, you can hug your knees towards your chest. You can stay here for 10 breaths. If you're comfortable, you can roll onto your shoulders and lift your feet towards the ceiling. Keeping your legs as straight as possible. Shoulder stand is a really good posture to finish class. Helps to relax the mind. You can close your eyes and focus on deep breathing. You can stay in shoulder stand. However, if you're comfortable, keeping your legs as straight as possible, hinge from your hips and try and drop your feet in behind your head. If your feet are still in the air, keep your hands on your lower back for support. Or you can drop your feet to the floor. If your feet are on the floor, you can tuck your shoulder blades under your body and interlock your fingers, pressing your hands away from your body. Deeply breathing. Exhale, release by bending your knees and gently rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping your hips and feet to your mat. We'll move into a gentle lying down spinal twist to finish today's class, just to stretch the obliques. So from a lying down position, draw your hands out so your body is in a T shape. Bend your knees and lift them off your mat. And from here, drop both your knees out to the right hand side. Keep that left shoulder rooted on your mat. Deeply breathing. Inhale, bringing your knees back to center. Keeping that right shoulder rooted on your mat. Drop both knees out to the left. Deep breathing. Inhale, bring your knees back to center and drop your feet to your mat as we prepare for the closing Shavasana. Extending your legs, drawing your feet out to the edge of your mat. As you gently lie back, drawing your arms away from your body. Your palms are facing upwards. Gently bring your eyes to close. Give yourself permission to relax for the next 10 minutes. Allow your body and mind to absorb the benefits of your practice this morning. Relax your toes. Relax the soles of your feet. Relax your heels. Relax your ankles, calves, the backs of your knees. Relax your hamstrings. Relax your hips, feeling them open out like a book. Relax each of your fingers individually. Soften the palm of your hand. Soften your wrists. Relax your forearms, elbows, upper arms. Relax your shoulders. Bring your awareness to the base of your spine. Relax each vertebrae, working your way up your spine. Relax your neck. Relax the back of your head. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Feeling your tongue draw away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your eyes, feeling them draw towards the back of your head. Soften your eyebrows. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead. Relax every single hair on the top of your head. Relax your entire body. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Relax. 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 We will now move into silence for the next few minutes. Giving yourself this 5 minutes out of your day, out of your week, to completely switch off. Connect to your breath. And if your mind begins to wander, without judgment, bring your awareness back to your breath as we move into silence.